Hi everyone. We're here with John Hutchison today. He's the head coach of the women's program at Black Hills State University. How's it going, John?
Good, mate. How are you? Good to
Yeah,
good to actually see you again. And no, the work that you boys have started today has honestly been quality. So it's good to see that you're doing so well, and I feel privileged to be on it.
yeah. So myself and John actually coached me a few years back at William Woods. As you can tell, both Scottish with the accents. So John, if you don't mind, can you give us kind of a little insight into your background, how you ended up in America, where you've coached, just kind of a general overview?
I'll try and make this short, but came from a wee town in Scotland, a place called Stonyburn, working class place, and I kind of fell into just working in a factory when I left high school. And I suppose one day just had an epiphany. It's like, all right, there's something more to life than just working in a factory, and that's where the whole come to America thing came in when I moved over here in 2008. Went to junior college for 2 years. Had a great career there. Went to our bitter rival, Columbia College, for 3 years. Got my my bachelor's degree. Then moved on to a bit of coaching. I was fortunate enough to be a graduate assistant at Ottawa University, coaching both men and women, and got my master's degree at the same time doing that. Then moved a bit, man. Went from there to Kansas City, did some club stuff, then got my one, I suppose, a big opportunity to go coaching the Power Five in the SEC with Arkansas, and that was, we'll get into that, but that was definitely an eye-opening opportunity that I couldn't turn down. And then I ended up at William Woods,
Yeah,
GA again, got another master's degree. I've got 2 master's degrees now, so you'd think I'm quite smart. And then got the opportunity to finally get in the hot seat, I suppose, and be a head coach, and got myself to Presentation College, the freezing cold tundra, South Dakota. But no, it was a fantastic opportunity. And then probably 2-3 weeks ago, I got the opportunity to go to Black Hills State, go up a division into Division 2, and kind of see how we can do there. So I suppose that's the short story of it.
yeah. I saw your Facebook post the other day where it was like list all the cities you've
Oh my
stayed
God,
in.
man. I've
So
been everywhere.
it's funny you mentioned that.
I've been to probably lived in 10 or 11 different kind of, I wouldn't call them our cities, villages, towns. It's definitely moved a bit. You never get used to it.
Yeah. So you mentioned kind of obviously a little bit about your background, Power Five, junior college, William Woods, Ottawa, the NAIA schools. Can you kind of give for some of the boys and girls who watch this, a lot of people are set on Division 1 or they don't really know how the levels work. So could you give us kind of your perspective on that?
I mean, obviously being at every level now, I suppose other than Division 3, you see some differences. A lot of it, though, honestly, man, doesn't come down to talent. A lot of it comes down to commitment and dedication. There was some of the things going on at Arkansas were wild, like monitoring your sleep patterns, how much water you're drinking a day, like legitimately training twice a day. You're staying through the summer. Some people just don't want to do that, and that's completely okay. Find a level that's right for you. Find a level that you're going to feel valued, and I think that's one of the big things is feeling valued. You'll know when a team wants you. You'll know when a team or a coach really appreciates you. If you feel that you're always chasing someone all the time, then maybe honestly it's not the place for you. Even if you do get there, you're not going to feel at home, and that's another big word I use a lot is feeling at home. And a lot of my playing days and a lot of my coaching's obviously been done in the NAI, and I think there's a great place there for people. But in terms of the different season divisions, it really doesn't come down to technicals all that much. It comes down to commitment and dedication and how much you're willing to do rather than the other person. And we spoke a lot about that at William Woods. And that was, I suppose, a huge reason why we ended up being as successful as we were.
Yeah. No, I have the conversation a lot. And even, going back to like NAIA and NCAA, there's so many different rules and regulations that, you know, someone might not even be eligible for NCAA. So I think there is kind of some misinformation out there about the differences in level. Yeah, the commitment for D1, but even like your NAI and D2, there's teams in the NAI that will beat D2. There's teams in D2 that will beat NAI. So the standard is pretty good, especially NAI with the international pool.
Yeah, it's feeling comfortable, feeling wanted, feeling valued, feeling like, oh my, I love that place, and it's not getting swept away with the lights, the glamour, the gear. Because at the end of the day, the thing that you'll always remember, and I'm sure you can attest to this, is the people you do it with, not the clothes that you get. It's the people that you go through the journey with. Like I was very fortunate in my playing career where we won a lot. I don't remember really games. I remember the bus rides. I remember the people. I remember all the dumb things that you would be doing that you probably shouldn't be doing. Just all those kind of things. That stuff goes a lot further than, well, I won a conference title in 2010. Nobody cares about that, you know?
Yeah. And I think, like, going back to the people at William Woods, it being such a small community, there is so many memories. Like, I remember when we played Lindsay Wilson in the changing room after it, like stuff like that, like you mentioned, you know, those are the key things that you take away.
No, it really is, man. And even in my position now, as a head coach, is still all the same things. Like, very unfortunate here that the college I was just at, Presentation College, we're closing, and it's bittersweet. Yeah, I'm moving on to a different job, but it's almost like we had unfinished business here with these people, with this culture, with the chemistry that we had here. And that will definitely be the thing that I'll miss the most. It's not the wins and losses. It's always the people that goes a lot further. The least in memory it does.
Yeah, no, for sure. Kind of moving on a little bit. You spoke about, you know, taking over presentation, but I wanted to jump back to the GA position, because we have a lot of boys who, you know, they want to explore coaching opportunities maybe after their bachelor's degree. So can you kind of, obviously you've done 2 different GA positions, give your opinion on that and kind of how that works maybe, just so they have a little bit of an insight.
I'll be honest though, I was kind of lucky. I fell into both of them. I knew people, and it just happened organically for me. To where now I'm pushing my own to go get GA positions. I actually got one of them. He's gone out to Life University to coach with Meg Goddard for Columbia.
Okay.
She just got a head coaching job. But it's putting yourself out there, really talking to people, networking with people. And that was how I was able to get the opportunities I got, was just because, again, the only thing that's ever going to happen to you is somebody might say no to you. You wouldn't believe the amount of times I've been told no.
Yeah.
Very much outweighs the yeses, but the reason I get the yeses, I get the job, right? But no, GA programs are brilliant. Depending on the places that you go into, I was Mason let me do what I want, right? Let me make all my mistakes. He led me, of course, but he allowed me to take the team and scouting and recruiting and kind of just let me go. And when I was at Ottawa, they allowed me to somewhat do the same. And that allowed me to grow as a coach and a person and as a leader. And I think that's one of the big things, is being a great person and being a great leader sometimes gets overlooked. Everybody wants to be a tactician. Everybody wants to be Pep, right? But the reason people listen to Pep is because he's such a great, fantastic leader in their lives as well. And I think that's the one thing a lot of people struggle with, is when they go from being a player into a coaching role, is you are in more of that place where you're needing to be a leader for your players and stuff. Going into kind of opportunities though, at least from where I've came from, NAIA opportunities are always going to give you a better deal in terms of stipend, housing, full tuition. NCAAs aren't always as great in terms of their GA, not their GA programs. GA programs are fantastic, but in terms of the resources that they give you. When I was at Ottawa, I got a stipend, food and tuition. When I was at Woods, I could have got housing, but I live with my fiance. But food, tuition, and those were the things that mattered to me. So no, a lot of fantastic opportunities out there. The biggest thing is don't be scared to be told no.
Yeah. I think kind of touching on the GA position at Woods, that leads us nicely into kind of my next question, because as you said, Mason kind of gave you free reign. You took practice. He was there obviously, but it gave you the perfect opportunity to kind of run a full team essentially, which then led you into taking a head coaching job at Presentation. So what was it like transitioning into a head coach, running your own program for the first time? Obviously, you'd done it as an assistant, but now kind of taking the hot seat.
Well, and this is a huge testament to Mason. Like he understood that by empowering me, I got to take half the job away. And then as soon as you become a head coach, I've got a book that I love called The Tough Stuff. The very first chapter is like, everybody thinks you're an idiot, but you're not an idiot. Because legitimately everybody's going to question absolutely everything you do. And there really is like 50 problems a day that have nothing to do with soccer or sport. And this is where I think dealing with good people is the biggest thing, because you're managing people. Then it goes back to the UK, right? Alex Ferguson was never in the training, right? He was a man manager.
Yeah,
I think that's what I get called head coach, but I'm a manager of people, making sure that people are getting what they need, making sure they're feeling supported, making sure they're getting motivated. And the best way to do that is by building relationships with people. If you can do that, I now know what makes you tick. I also now know if you're having a bad day, you're having a good day. I know how to treat you properly to get the most out of you, which is what both of us want, right? But no, Presentation College, my wife keeps saying this. Junior college I won, Columbia I won, Ottawa I won, Arkansas I won, William Woods we won. Yeah. Presentation College, I come into a team that had one winning season in the past 20 years, to where I definitely needed the lessons that came with us. And then 4 years in, we obviously have a winning year this year. We went 7-6-3. Brilliant year for us, and we did it with the style of football that we want to play. I think that was one of the biggest things. We weren't just playing just to try and win every game. We wanted to entertain and do it the proper ways too. But it takes so much more than people are willing to believe. A lot of sleepless nights, a lot of crying into my hands. But it's no, the reward you get afterwards with the girls and guys that you go through it with is worth any amount of money, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I think kind of credit to you for what you've done up there, because when you initially took the job, I remember kind of researching the school and obviously chatting to you, and I was like, oh, the record, and then to looking at it now, it's a pretty good achievement in terms of turnaround, like just what you've done up there, and a tough conference as well.
Aye, and the GPAC, it's definitely a difficult one, and to even get 1 or 2 wins in there is rough. But no, it's been, again, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of long bus rides on the way back, but you've got to just have a drive and a determination that, okay, this is happening right now, but tomorrow I'm going to continue along the path and believing in what you're doing. I think that's the big thing, is a lot of people are, well, this isn't working, I'm just going to, well, we'll do this. Like, can completely lose who they are through the process of those things. And I think, and this is all a testament to my wife, Lindsay, she keeps me on the straight and narrow. Yeah. Of making sure I stay who I am, not lose myself and my principles through those tough years, to where now we obviously ended in a brilliant way, and girls loved their season, and we did well.
Yeah. So kind of continuing on for that, obviously you've got the new role at Black Hills. Kind of give us an overview of that program, what you're looking to do. Just kind of a general overview of the transition, I suppose.
Well, it's a similar situation.
I know.
I'm becoming Sam Allardyce. No, it's they've only been a team for, I think, 6 seasons, so they're actually quite young.
Okay.
That can say a lot. It's always difficult for new teams to come in and straight up compete from the very beginning. But no, got down there the past couple of weeks, did some training with the girls, kind of feeling everything out, having conversations, because I think that's the big thing, right? If you can start getting your pulse on people and things and how things have been and little things that need to be changed. Okay, what kind of small wins can we get in here at the beginning? And sometimes that's as simple as, well, we hate wearing white training shorts. We want black. Okay, perfect. Now I've already got a small win in there, right? Played a game on Saturday against a club team. We did win. That wasn't the most important thing, though, just kind of trying to get an idea to them of how to play soccer in an entertaining way. And all of them seem to kind of agree that playing in a beautiful way is much more important than just lumping the ball in the park and trying to get quick wins.
Yeah.
So we really are on the same path as we were here. We really are trying to play the right way, entertain people, give people a reason that they should come watch us, and that gives you a years ahead of sustainability. If you can do that, then we're going ahead in the right direction, and next year might not be 4, 5, 6, 7 wins. It might be 2 or 3, but it might be we're creating more chances and we're playing the right way. But no, it's a fantastic opportunity. The girls are motivated. The girls are excited. They're ready to get going. I think they were ready for some change. Hopefully, I can get it moving in the right direction the same way as I was able to do here. So
yeah. I was just when we were talking there about the transition, I was looking at your top, and do you only apply for jobs that are green and yellow?
Mate, people in Scotland are really annoyed with me. Being a Rangers fan, you're supposed to be wearing blue. And I know it's a good thing is all my gear can just at least change over, right? Just need to get some logos changed. But
yeah.
Wearing greens can get tough for me sometimes. I'm not going to lie. I try and wear blacks and greys a lot.
Yeah. Kind of going back, I wanted to, if you don't mind, kind of covered all the smaller details I was looking for. If you don't mind, could we touch on your time at Arkansas? You know, we had Ross Alexander, who's another Scot, who's at ASU Women's, but just kind of talking about SEC soccer, I think that'd be pretty cool for some of the listeners and maybe some of the girls watching. So if you could just touch on your time there, and then we can kind of wrap up.
Those girls are, I'm trying to find a better word, but I'll just use it, savages. Like training was harder than games, man. I used to get put in all the time as like a scout player, like, hey, be the best player of the other team. Like, hey, I need you to use your left foot the whole time, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And I would just get kicked up and down the place. But it was like the intensity of training was crazy, man. So that when we got to games were easy. Like they had I think it still is, their most winningest year when I was there. We went 18-5-1. And that was coming off of a losing year as well. I think they were 4-11-3 or something the year before that. But for me, again, man, it comes down to mentality and how much you're willing to put in. And like I've said, those girls there, they're so committed to their craft that they're willing to do anything to make sure that they get the result and the success that they want. And at that level, it really is about the winning. Like it really is about getting the result and scratching and clawing away to get the result, because that really matters to the university, to the coach, to the players, in terms of their sustainability as a team. And I spoke about that to where next year I'd not throw away the season, but I could definitely, hey, we're going to make sure we're playing this way, get this down. This season might not be great, but the following one, we're going to be better.
Yeah.
Arkansas, you don't get that.
Nah.
We got to win now. League is incredibly physical, incredibly fast. We played Duke one game, man, and I had my head in my hands the whole game. I was like, they're going to score like all the time. Just watching some of them was incredible.
Yeah. I don't think some people realize how professional it is. You know, you're flying to games, your games are televised. It's like next level when you talk about those schools.
Yeah, but it's the commitment level. Like if you get caught out one night drinking, you're cut. You're gone. You're done. Because there's another 4,000 or 5,000 that want your place.
Yeah.
And when I was there, I think we had 7 freshmen. I think only 3 of them graduated.
Yeah.
I think 2 or 3 of them were gone by the semester. And 1 or 2 never even saw the field.
Just shows you the demands.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it really is about as professional as you can get without actually signing a professional contract. Fantastic level, fantastic experience, but yeah, you got to be willing to do the grind every day. This isn't I'm going to wake up and work really hard today. It's like, no. Like you better have done it yesterday. You better have done it today. You better do it tomorrow, because someday will come take your place and you might never get it back.
Yeah.
That's how it works for them. And that's, go back to William Woods. I just came off of Arkansas, right?
Yeah, I remember anytime you would bring in the gear, like, does anyone want this? And we'd all be scrambling to get the free Arkansas stuff.
But no, it was always, that was what it was, man. Like, we weren't better than anybody else. We weren't. We were more committed. I demanded more. And we got that little bit extra used to get that. And I hope you boys, everybody that played in those teams, kind of continued that along your life, because that's the biggest thing. Here's my little recruiting plug. But for me, coaching the sport is like an audition for life. Like, we're going to laugh, we're going to cry, you're going to get injured, you're going to feel great success, we're going to get battered some games, right? End of the day, man, we're just kicking a ball around the field.
Yeah,
it's what you do with the lessons that you're learning then and after life. That's what I really care about, and it's brilliant to see yourself and other people doing as well as you are, because for me that's true success of a college coach, at least at my level, anyways.
No, I think the culture we installed and you and Mason installed at Woods, it paid off. Like the first year, the second year, and like even now, like I obviously coach at Phoenix Rising, and I hear myself use some of the keywords that you use, like adversity, and those are stuck in my brain now. And I went back for Jordan Henderson's wedding last year, and we were talking about the memories and some of that stuff. So it definitely sticks with you for sure.
Yeah. No, we're the same at Columbia. I was playing. I'm going to age myself here. 12 years ago was when I got done. There's 15 of us still on a text message.
Yeah.
They're having babies, they're getting married. We're all at each other's wedding. We're trying to plan golf, vacations together and all that kind of stuff. That's the true stuff that matters, man. But that's also a huge reason why teams are successful and sometimes why teams aren't. I can almost guarantee that if you don't have a good culture and a good chemistry, probably not going to go far that year. Because when push comes to shove, you guys aren't going to come together. You're going to break apart.
Yeah, for sure. All right, one last thing just to finish off. I don't want to take too much of your time up. So for any young players watching this, if you could give them one piece of advice about coming to America, the transition, what to expect, anything, what would it be?
I think the big thing is having an open mind. I always tell everybody that's here, and obviously with being an international, you can't visit campuses and stuff, but don't get duped into the Division 1, the lights, the cameras and all that stuff, because it's not for everybody. And again, I've been there, would love to get back there at some point, but it really is about finding what's right for you, who values you, who really, if you feel really wanted, that maybe really is a good place to go. But I always tell people, like, email just universities, see if you can get some information on them, see how they interact with you. And big thing is, obviously this year we turned into a junior college, if you like, because everybody came running for our players.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of people calling everybody, and I was like, answer every call. Because what you'll figure out is, I didn't really like what that coach was saying, but this coach over here, I kind of like that. You'll start to figure out what you like and what you don't like. And then you can start dwindle it down a little bit to, oh, you know, I kind of really like this opportunity or that opportunity. So big thing, man, have an open mind, talk to everybody, get everybody's opinion. And then after that, you can make your decision on what you feel is best for yourself and your family.
Yeah. All right, John. Well, I appreciate your time. Don't want to take any more up. I know kind of busy transitioning to the Black Hills, but
Right.
yeah, I appreciate it. It was great to catch up.
No, brilliant, man. And again, love the stuff that you guys are doing. I'm following you on all your social media and everything. And no, it's brilliant to see that you're kind of doing well in life. And again, no, it's brilliant, mate.
Perfect.